Hey, so the other day I talked about the first DCEU movie to have a LEGO set, and it happened to be a Man of Steel set, so Superman. Then I started reflecting on one of my favourite sets from the 2012 DC line. This is the Superman vs Power Armoured Lex, which released in 2012 for apparently $50. I swear I remembered it being so much less though, and I feel it is one of the most important superhero sets ever made. Let me explain. So the DC line was born under a new guise that suggested that we may be seeing more than just Batman. The look and style of the 80s Tim Burton aesthetic was now long gone, which is a shame, but in came a new poppy comic book style that featured more than just Batman. It took a long time to start getting comic-based DC sets that weren't revolved around Batman with special guest stars like the Justice League. Around 3 years actually, with a phenomenal wave in 2015, finally a wave that was focused on the ensemble of DC, not just Batman and his friends. But slowly over the years between 2012 and 2015, we did have some nice Batman sets that featured a new member of the Justice League added each time. This set gave you not one, but two important models in comics, and it has nothing at all to do with Batman. It's an absolute win if you ask me. The overview here is everything that a DC fan like myself could have possibly asked for. Superman and Wonder Woman finally making their first appearance in LEGO, battling against a Lex Luthor kryptonite-powered mech. This was a dream come true. So I'll start right off the bat with Superman in his first ever appearance in LEGO, and thankfully this wasn't his last, but I do really miss him. His last appearance at the time of this recording was in the DC CMF series from 2020, but his last appearance in sets was actually way back in 2018. Seriously, I just think he's gorgeous. Comic-based sets look amazing when the colors really shine through, and he looks great. The blues and reds immediately feel iconic, and he even included a special new hairpiece that was made just for him. I really love this hair, but it definitely saw its fair share of regular uses, regardless of accuracy to the set. He did end up having some other hairpieces released. A couple of his figures ended up having that Captain America hair as well, which is a shame because it just ended up leading to genericism. He had some back printing in case you wanted to remove his cape, which, speaking of, his cape is that older style of hard material, but it's worth mentioning for Superman because it means that you can display him as though he's reacting to the wind. Superman was one of the only minifigures that I liked displaying like this. His face is a print that would be used for characters like Bruce Wayne and, funnily enough, Lex Luthor almost. These guys all ended up featuring similar looking faces and expressions, but he does also include this confident look, which is a little better. I don't know, I really hate the idea of Superman always looking angry, so I do prefer this one, but this one feels equally arrogant. It's because of his eyebrows really. They would fix the Superman face prints later on down the line. Wonder Woman was also first introduced in this set. She also had her fair share of re-releases over the years, providing some different styles each time, but like Supes, she never really strained too far away from that design. The Gal Gadot one's probably one of my favourite ones. I think the golds and reds really shine, and the stars and stripes look pretty great on the minifigure leg that also happens to expose skin and wears some boots. There's quite a lot going on here for prints. I tend to always enjoy the bigger hair pieces, and this one comes with a tiara printed into it. She has a double-sided expression of an angered, determined face, which feels pretty in character for her, but I do like her softer smile as well. She included the Lasso of Truth, which has to have been a brand new piece surely. It's really cool. It can actually fit an entire minifigure inside, and it slots perfectly around the minifigure's wrists. Superman is locked into place here. Lex Luthor is a very simple design, but pretty perfect in his execution. His black suit was used many times in customs of mine, but I wish the face was just a little bit different. As I mentioned, it's quite similar to Superman's expression, and it definitely has been used a lot since then. Maybe it's just because it looks similar to other characters, but I really prefer it when Lex looks confident and smirking personally. There's only one minifigure of Lex Luthor that has an expression close to what I described, and that's the most expensive Lex Luthor minifigure, so hey, there you go. Like I mentioned, the mech is a very simple idea for a set, and the build is really well executed, and it's all the better for it. I love LEGO Exoforce a lot, and this felt like a pretty good evolution of that line, and still preferable to me as the standard build for mechs even today. Most of his articulation is attributed to joints in his hips and shoulders, and a couple of ball joints for the feet and the hands. I like the sturdiness of these legs, which is able to hold the weight of the set quite well. And they use a couple of Bionicle and Exoforce pieces nicely throughout. The back is rather unfortunate with some exposed parts, but there's not too much they could do here, I don't think. The mech can rotate around at the waist, so it has pretty good posability function down there. The arms are built out of two sections, the forearm and the hand itself, which are different on both sides. Now his forearm is quite simple, and the hand is as well, but it uses those nice Temple of Doom stone pieces in green for his fingertips. The build of the hand is also well designed that it can fit a minifigure who sits in the little gap there. Fingers can wrap around for some extra support, but it doesn't really feel like it's too necessary. It feels pretty supportive in there. Now on his other hand, he carries a giant gun, which is sort of like a kryptonite ray that has a tube connecting to canisters on his back that feature those kryptonite rocks. The same parts that are used for his fingers, so I have to assume he has kryptonite fingertips. The gun's really cool. It's fully removable from his arm. There's a power miner's gem piece inside that is used for the kryptonite, which is acting as a power source. It's placed inside a glass case for protection. The gun is great for utilizing one of my all-time favorite LEGO building techniques. Basically, while the gun here features a handle for Lex to hold onto, the gun itself is connected through the use of a Technic peg located at the bottom here. This peg connects into the arm, and the fingers can be wrapped around the handle, which gives the illusion that they are the item that's in control. I love builds like this. The canopy section opens up to reveal a pilot seat. Lex has two controls here for operating. Pretty basic. That's my look at one of the most important LEGO sets that I think we ever got. The introduction of Superman, Wonder Woman and Lex Luthor into LEGO started a brand new thing that, according to LEGO, is still going on even to this day, but real fans know that LEGO have put this line in the timeout corner some years ago, and they've just forgotten to tell them that their punishment is over. So I hope it comes back and we get some new Justice League sets. I'll always hold out hope for some more Justice League material in the future, but for now, this sort of stuff serves pretty fine. Thank you for watching. Liking and subscribing helps to support the channel. I'll see you in the next video.